I'm going to just name some words and I want your thoughts on them. Religion.
We can do without it.
You're saying that? My next word, God.
I don't know that word.
Explain. My last word, freedom.
Only thing that matters.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
SpaceX, huh?
You know, I don't think I have met too many guests, Sadhguru ji, who laugh before the conversation starts. Namaskar and great to see you.
Namaskaram.
After so many years,
Yes,
it's been too
it's
long.
been a long time.
So it's really a delight to sit down with you again. I was just thinking, I've never seen you not chuckling or laughing at something. Are you perennially amused with the state of the world?
I'm amused the way people are and the way they function.
Like what particularly amuses you?
See, the incredible thing is human beings are the most intelligent creatures on the planet, all right? At least on this planet. Because people… yesterday there is news that there's an alliance between some 5 alien visitors and United States and Israel. It's on the news channels.
Yeah.
So whatever, I don't know about the others. But here we are considered the most intelligent, the most evolved. But we are the most confused about every damn thing. We still don't know what to eat. We're confused about that also.
Yes.
Even an ant with a millionth of your brain knows how to conduct his life. With such a big brain, we still don't know what to do. It is amusing how people blunder around simply because they're not able to handle their own cerebral capabilities.
But was it always this easy for you?
Easy means what?
You seem very centered, if I may use that word.
I'm at ease with life.
Yes. Do you remember a moment in your life when you were not at ease with your life?
Well, from the age of 12, when I started reading Marx and Engels.
You started reading Marx at age of 12?
Yes.
What drew you to Karl Marx?
Because in my observation, it looked like everything in the world is unjust.
Right.
So by 12, 13, I was constantly angry about everything. Everything looked like corruption to me. When you're angry, everything seems to be wrong.
Yeah.
And everything was wrong.
Yeah.
The social structure, the economic structure, the religious stuff going around, family, everything, political stuff. So I was constantly angry till I found expression by 17, 19 years of age. I really let myself go physically into the mountains and I trekked across India. From the age of 19, 27 years I trekked in Himalayas, most of the time alone.
I think I read somewhere that when you were a small boy, you would see a mountain in your eye.
I saw that mountain in my eyes all the time, till I actually saw that mountain. Till that point, in the background, it was always there, it's a mountain peak. Till I was 16, I believed that it's there in everybody's eyes. Only when I shared with some of my friends, they thought I've gone cuckoo. Then I started looking for those mountains. So I think that level of physical activity where I trekked for days on end without food, without any kind of…
Alone?
Alone. So I've trekked across Western Ghats and to some extent in Himalayas. Nobody can say you trekked all of Himalayas because if you get lost for a lifetime, you still have not done it because…
Before you were Sadhguru, followed by millions across the world, do you have a memory of fear and vulnerability?
Not fear, not vulnerability. I never felt that way.
Ever?
No. I I don't know, I just observed life with a certain intensity. And I remember my father knocking his head and saying, "This boy has no fear in his heart, what will happen to him?" I heard this many times when I was around 11, 12 one day.
Were you a naughty boy?
I didn't think so, but they thought so. It's people's perception of what is naughty and not.
Yes.
So when I came back home with a 12-foot cobra, he was knocking his head and saying, "This boy has no fear in his heart.
Where did you find the cobra?
What will happen to him?" Then I turned back and said, "When did fear become a virtue? Why is it a virtue?" He just went back like this. "See, Lut, I told you he has no fear in his heart." So unfortunately, we have nurtured this. It's not that everybody has to have fear. We have nurtured this in the name of religion, in the name of ideologies, in the name of so many things. We have nurtured fear as if it's a great virtue. Fear is the most debilitating thing that people go through. I've seen people in fear and panic, and I've tried to help people out many times. But they are absolutely destroyed when they're in fear. But still we encourage that. They're even God-fearing, you know.
Yeah. You are, as they say, loved across the aisle. And let me explain.
I also hated by some people.
Loved by many more.
Yes, definitely.
Loved by many more.
Fortunately, yes.
I want to ask you, we live in such a polarized world. We live in a world where labels are used to box people in. This person is left-wing, this person is right-wing. I saw a little viral clip last few days of a wedding. Mr. Naveen Jindal's daughter was getting married. And we saw people from all the parties dancing together. And for a brief moment, it looked as if it was possible for people with different political ideologies to also meet in a spirit of conviviality. I want to ask you what a leader like yourself, who's followed by millions, sees as the space to bring people together in a world where neighbors have stopped talking because they may vote differently.
Well, that is a thing, but happening everywhere in the world, because the acerbic nature of campaigns that happen, and also certain things which are important to people, trying to bring back… See, suppose I have done something terrible to you in the past. I have not, okay? If I have…
No, you haven't. I should clarify.
If I have, then when we sit here, we can still be okay if I don't talk the same stuff once again. This is an important thing. But unfortunately, that's not happening. Things that happened 1,000 years ago, people are still talking the same things. Then the wounds won't go. So the more you put chili powder on it, the more it burns. Nobody shuts up because everybody has social media in their hands, everybody says anything. People who can't kill a mosquito, they will say, "We will kill all of you in 15 minutes, whatever nonsense. These things just going on. So I think still the world is not mature enough, beginning to become mature, I believe, to filter things that come on social media. I think a lot of people are… Now when I talk to young people, I talk to my daughter, she says, "That's all social media stuff." She doesn't…
Believe it?
Not affected by it. They know the things, but… Does
Sadhguru consume social media?
Not really in that sense.
Do you scroll?
News.
Anything?
News.
News?
Yes.
What is disturbing you about the news headlines these days? We live in a very uncertain VUCA world, right? Look at geopolitics. We're on the brink of one or the other war at all times, it seems, in our contemporary history. If you look at the state of the world today, you travel across the world, you meet leaders from every country.
See, in human history, tell me when there was no war. It's just nobody informed you. 1,000 people were killed somewhere. You wouldn't know here, you would sit here peacefully. Today, the blood spills into your home, on your phone, it spills. So you think it's happening everywhere. Terrible things are happening. But the real terrible things are not reported much. The real terrible things are happening in Africa, in Sudan, in Nigeria, in places like that. But we only talk about a few places where we have interest.
Yeah.
Where we have interest means either there are resources there or they are the kind of people who should not die.
Yeah.
There are kind of people who can die. There are kind of people who should not die, unfortunately, in this world still. We may talk of evolved societies, racism is a past, but it's not true.
You're saying certain lives are still considered more dispensable than others?
Lot more dispensable. They're not even counted. Nobody, no international media is even counting the number of people. So, these things are there, it's not new, it's always been there. Does it mean to say it's all right? It's not all right. Today, with so much understanding, so much connectivity, so much knowing, all sorts of people, maybe 1,000 years ago we didn't even know such people existed on the planet. Now that we know that they're human beings, they have their life and everything. See, this empathy will not just come just like that because one day you're affected by something. When you think no other life has a right to live except you, when I say this, I'm saying whether it's a plant or an insect or an animal or whatever, we are not responding to them as life. This is what this civilization is about. That you see a tree, you bow down. You see a cow, you bow down. You see anything. You know, I've seen my grandmother and all, if they see a bunch of ants, they bow down, you know. Because life
is sacred.
Life is sacred because there is no life happening here without the source of life throbbing in it. Whatever capacity it may be. And this capacity is only our context. If there was a dinosaur here, it would think you're an ant. It wouldn't… if it bit you, it wouldn't even bother to eat the whole of you.
Yeah.
It would eat one part and throw the other parts and go, probably, because you would just be nothing for it. So, we are in the same proportion to a dinosaur, to an ant, but we have no sense of life. This is why yoga… the word yoga does not mean twisting and turning and being like a leftover noodle, all right? Yoga means union, that when you sit here, you understand, in your experience, you know that this is not a separate happening. It's a larger phenomena of life, we are just a part of it. It's the magnanimity of life, it is the magnanimity of creation that it's given as an individual experience, we are taking it too seriously. Our individual existence is just a… see, now you're complaining about Delhi air. Why? Because you can't live without breathing, isn't it?
Yes.
What does breathing mean? What you exhale, the tree is inhaling. What the tree exhales, you're inhaling. If Delhi air is not good, what we should do? At least little more trees we must do. No, we complain, we protest. Protest means more hot air.
But we've also ruined our cities with too much construction, with too many cars.
No.
We complain, but we're not ready to make changes in our own lives and use public transport.
There's no such thing as too much construction, too many cars. Still too many people don't have homes and cars.
What do you mean?
Still, lots of people in the country don't have a home of their own, nor a car of their own.
Yes, so the privileged who have them cannot talk about too many cars and too many
because I
homes.
have it, now I say you shouldn't have
I
it.
agree with that. I agree with that. But
So
air is fundamental to life.
We set a trajectory for the society. The successful life means this kind of home, this kind of car, this kind of this is… it may not be defined, but it's defined in people's minds. So when that is there, those who have made it complain that other people are making it is not a good thing.
That I agree. But we must…
But if everybody makes it, 1.4 billion people, we are 17.6% of the world's population with 4.2% of the world's land. So the more successful we become, more problems will create. There is a Panchatantra story. It's like this. A man is sitting on the wrong side of the branch and hacking it. When he succeeds, he will fall. This is our situation, not just in the country, in the world. That when we succeed, we will fall. How pathetic is that?
So should we not succeed?
We should redefine what is success. I'm a super successful person, not because I have $1 billion or something which I don't have, because no matter what you throw at me, not just in the media, I'm saying in life, whatever life throws at me, I will go through it gracefully and joyfully. This is success. As a life, I'm a success. Financially, I may not be a success. Politically, I may not be a success. In other ways, I may not be successful. I don't care, because I am a success as a life.
How do you make sense of a world which is changing because of what is called artificial intelligence? They say that machines are already thinking for us. Robots are cooking our food. There is even talk that virtual sex...
They're taking away your privilege. You were thinking for the people of India.
No, I wouldn't dare to do that. I think it's enough if we all think for ourselves. But, you know, there is even talk of virtual sex replacing the actual act. Machines are going to take over our lives if they haven't already. In a world that is changing because of artificial intelligence, will spirituality also be machine-led?
No, spirituality will thrive like never before if you have the right stuff with you. I'm waiting for the machines to take over, because what are they going to take over? They will take over the jobs of all the intellectual coolies.
I love that phrase, by the way, intellectual coolies.
They are intellectual coolies. Do you remember, I don't know if you were a journalist at that time, 1973…
I was 2 years old.
Don't…
I was 2 years old in 1973.
You don't have to lie about your age here.
I'm 54 years old on 18th of December. I was 1971 born.
Okay. So in 73, 74, there was a man called Datta Samant.
Yes, but I know about him.
You heard of him.
Yes.
So even a baby in the crib heard about him on those days.
Little, had to be a little older to be told or be aware of him.
So in Mazagon Docks,
he was a trade unionist.
Yeah.
Yes.
In Mazagon Docks, they installed the first gantry. At that time, the largest seafaring vessels were 1.25, 125 to 130,000 tons. Today, they're all well over 250,000 tons. When they came to unload, there were coolies. Hindi movies were made by that name and so many other things. So these guys will go and empty unload the vessels, seafaring vessels. They would take anywhere between 26 to 28 days, one vessel.
Yeah.
So the gantry came, it is able to do it in 24 hours.
Yeah.
So all the coolies went on strike. If you bring such machines, what are we supposed to do with our muscle? So Datta Samant took charge of them. And about 3.5 months, Mumbai was at ransom, okay? Everything stopped and big deal. It was their right being taken away. They had built their muscles to work, and now their muscle is useless because the stupid machine is doing everything. Now intellectual coolies are cribbing the same thing. I'm so happy, because what you have been doing in the name of stupid education is… I'm sorry I'm using such words, I mean it. I'm not sorry that I'm using the word. I'm sorry that I have to say such a thing, because otherwise people don't seem to get it. What you have been trying to do is build a dumb data center in the form of a human being. I stuffed 10 books into your head. You look smarter than me because I have only 2 books in my head. I have none. But I'm saying, for anybody, somebody who has 2 books in their head feels inferior to somebody who has 10 books in their head. Now my phone has 1,000,000 books in it. So what will you do? You call it a smartphone. Obviously you're admitting you're dumber than that. This happened almost 10 years ago.
But someone has to still read those 1,000 books. Who's reading those books? People aren't reading beyond Instagram posts and TikTok videos.
We'll come to that. See, the way we've structured the world is like this. If you read 3 books, you can become a school teacher and mess up the next generation of people. If you read 10 books, you can bore the hell out of a generation of people by becoming a professor.
Poor professors.
If you read just 1 book, you will become an agent of God. Only 1 book. I read nothing, and people accuse me that I'm a mystic. It's a strange world. It's time to change.
While we're on the subject of books, do you remember a book that changed your life?
Books never changed my life. I enjoyed the books very much.
Do you remember a book you loved as a child?
Well,
I don't think you loved Marx. I'm sure you outgrew reading Karl Marx.
I loved Marx at that time because I thought it was the most…
It made sense to you.
It was the most empathetic way to run the world, I thought. But when I understood practically when you try to do it, it turns so ugly. That's a later realization. But in principle, his thought is fantastic. But it just doesn't work because he understood economics, he never understood human nature.
That's well said. You know, many years ago, you and I… Sorry.
Finish that.
Yeah.
So this AI…
Yeah.
I think it's the best thing that'll happen to humanity. Only problem is, it evolves at a pace that probably the policy will never catch up with it in time. Social situations will not catch up with it. People's mindsets will not catch up with it. So there will be pain, lot of pain probably for lots of people. No question about that. But it is the best thing to happen to us because we've been simply burdening ourselves with small things when human beings could do something spectacular within themselves and outside of themselves. That's not happened mainly because I'm trying to grab my bread, you're trying to grab your bread, and there's only one loaf, so we fight. It may be bread, it may be butter, it may be cake, it may be something else, but scarcity has been the way of the world and people have been fighting. Even now, maybe they're not fighting for bread, they're fighting for rare earth materials.
What will AI change?
What it will change is… See, inevitably in the next… Unfortunately, the levels of economic development in the world, the disparity is too much, that is going to be a biggest challenge. If there was a reasonable parity among people, then one thing that'll happen is there'll be universal bread or universal income, that you don't have to work for your bread. Once you don't have to work for your bread, a certain number of people, I believe about 25% of the people, hopefully 30%, but I don't think so, 25% of the people will do spectacular things. But 35–40% of the people will become couch potatoes. They will eat and drink and drug and sit there. 10–20% could become serious drug addicts and alcoholic addicts and things like that. 10–15% will become serious crime because crime will become easy in many ways. My intention and work is to see that those who do spectacular things, if you push that percentage to 40–50%, we will be living in a wow world. But before we get to that wow, it'll create huge chasm and too many people may fall into that because they don't have the capacity to adjust to it. That problem is there, but no major change in human societies have ever come without pain to lots of people.
So the eventual outcome you think will be good, but there will be pain along the way?
There will be pain along the way for sure.
Why do you think it is?
If we can come… See, if certain aspects should not be commercialized. Initially, that's how this AI started, that they said, we will not commercialize it, it's for everybody. If that was done, probably there would have been more equitable way of doing things. Now that it's commercialized, big time it's going to be commercialized. Now that it's being employed in the cutting edge military equipment, now…
Uncertain times.
Not uncertain, certainty will come to whoever has the tool.
And that in itself creates uncertainty.
Yes. See, there was a time when whoever had large fleet of ships, there was wealth for them, well-being for them. Wherever their ships landed, people suffered.
That's right.
This is the same thing.
What do you make of the irony that we live in a super connected world, disconnected emotionally more than ever before? Much has been written and said about the loneliness pandemic, the mental health pandemic. I know that's a space that you look at closely. I know so many people who come to say, how do I feel better about myself? When you look at the issue of mental health, it's been destigmatized, but has enough progress been made? And how have people lost the ability to connect face to face, emotionally? I think people have become more socially awkward than ever before.
So there are two important aspects in this. One thing is face-to-face, another is long-distance relationships. Long-distance relationships are always very safe and they'll happen the way you want. See, people have always had a great relationship with God. Because he's not in your neighborhood, all right?
And you don't know everything about
You
God.
know everything about him because you made it up. It's very simple. You know everything about God and he's just the way you want because of the distance. So, it's worked wonderfully well as a psychological tool for countless number of people for generations and generations. So, that tool is kind of cracking up now a little bit. So, social media has come. You're in love with somebody who is in Timbuktu. And there is no chance of ever meeting that man or woman. But we can exchange love notes. But the better thing is that that girl or boy may not exist. That may be a bot.
Yeah.
And says all the right things to you. Because this is the nonsense that people are expecting from other people. It's very difficult if you and me are together for the 5 days that I say only things that you like. It's a very difficult thing to do. It's a serious compromise.
Yeah.
I will say what I say. And everything that I say, if you don't like something in that, 10% of what I say if you don't like, if you are going into jangle, it's better you have a long-distance relationship with a bot which says just what you like. But you will become like a pet dog, wagging your tail. See, a whole lot of people have shifted their relationship to dogs because it's a first step to AI. Bot.
What do you mean?
It's a first step to a bot. You have somebody who wags his tail no matter what.
But
he
pets
never tells you you're stupid.
But they do express displeasure sometimes, animals.
All right, that bot also will do. You can program it like that to make it…
To keep it real. To keep it real. But it's a serious question about mental health. We see in Delhi, there was a child who died by suicide recently because his teacher said something to him in class. He expressed something about how he was feeling and the teacher said, no, you're just being too soft, you're being a namby-pamby, and the boy then takes his own life. I know you spend a lot of time looking at mental health and I know that you're working…
I must tell you my school experience.
Tell me.
From the age of 8 onwards or even before, I don't particularly recall, but from age of 8 onwards till I'm 14, I never came back from a school without being knocked around by the teachers.
Really?
Yeah.
And when you say knocked around?
With the rulers, they almost knocked off my knuckles and topa. It was like that.
And why?
Something, they don't like anything that I do. I have a certain thing, if I just look here, I won't just see the flatness of this ceiling. I will see a crack where nobody sees it and I'll put my finger in that. Because I see everything closely. And if I look at the teacher closely, I see so many things that they themselves do not know and they don't like it.
So they would hit you?
Every day. Today, you become so fragile, if they say one word, you'll kill yourself. I should have killed myself 1,000 times, all right? But we didn't.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, all those things you did not enjoy at that time, but it gave you a certain strength. I'm not saying you should beat your children, that's not my recommendation. I'm saying, life will rough you up. You know, you've lived. Life will rough you up. If you can't take that, you're not going to do anything significant.
So how does your mind get strong? I agree with you that we have to learn to withstand the terrible moments of our life and grow from them. But a lot of people are not able to do that today.
No, let me clear that. See, it is not necessary terrible things should happen to anyone for them to learn. It is just that they must know the distinction between what is their psychological process and what is the existential process happening around us. When your psychological process you misunderstand as existential, then you go crazy. It's like this. See, suppose you've been in London just last 24 hours. There's an English term, building castles in the air. You built a castle in the air. You walked me through this, brick by brick, everything in full detail. I will applaud. What fantastic imagination you have. But after some time, you started thinking it's true. Then we'll say you're neurotic. After a while, you started living there. Then we say you're psychotic.
Yeah.
But then a third guy will come and collect rent for that castle. Normally, he's called a psychiatrist. With all due respect for doctors who help people who are gone into pits, that's a different matter. But essentially what's happening is, what's happening in your mind, you're beginning to think it's real.
Yes.
Right now I'm going to abuse you.
Yes.
But why do you say yes, sir?
I'm waiting for it. Bring it on.
But I won't do it in English language, I'll do it in a language that you don't understand.
But I can Google it later or run a AI translator.
All right, but when you're here,
yes.
if I put on a smile and abuse you,
yes.
you think I'm saying something sweet to you.
Yes.
So because there is no abuse in my words,
yes.
there is only abuse in the way you react to
yes.
it, isn't it?
Yes.
So you do not… The fundamental thing is people have not understood experiences of life happening to you not because of situations. Experiences are happening to you because of the way you react to it. So instead of a conscious response, you have become a compulsive reaction to everything. So this fundamental is missed in our education, this fundamental is missed in our families, this fundamental is missed in our societies. If you react to what is happening outside of you compulsively, that happening, the outside, what's in the street seems to be happening here.
So when young people come to Sadhguru and say, help us with our mental health, what do you say? I'm sure young people come and say this to you all the time.
See, the simple thing is this. We have now put out a app for mental health purposes, being the main purpose. It's not just about that, but that's one aspect of it. It's called Miracle of Mind.
Miracle of Mind.
Miracle of Mind. See, of all the things on this planet, human mind is the greatest miracle, isn't it? But most people are using it as a misery manufacturing machine. All the misery, human misery on the planet, where is it manufactured? In Delhi, you think? Delhi people think it's in Delhi. But it's not so, it's in your head. So why are you manufacturing misery for yourself? Because your machine is not working for you, it's working against you.
Yeah.
Suppose your hands start slapping you in the face. What will I do? I will hold it.
Yeah.
But if you don't listen at all, then I have to go somewhere, I'll tie your arm to the chair and go. If you don't listen at all, we'll take you to your doctor, he will do this and that. Nothing works means he will amputate you. I'm saying because otherwise you're going to kill yourself.
Yeah.
So right now, this is all you're doing. Your thoughts and emotions, your own thoughts and emotions, let me emphasize that, your own thoughts and emotions are poking you from inside because you just don't know how to handle it. If you did not know how to handle your two fingers and they're plucking your eyeballs out, you call that normal? Unfortunately, if you're plucking your eyeballs from inside, you think it's normal. It's not normal. Just because a lot of you have joined the gang, it doesn't become normal. Now you think I'm a freak because I don't freak out in any situation. The important thing is this civilization itself is about this. It's about Swadharma. Swadharma does not mean you have your own dogma of your own. Swadharma means you know how to manage the self. If you manage the self, in the world, you will do your best, that's all. World will never be 100% your way, but you can do your best. So if you don't do your best, what it means is, what you can do, you're not doing. If you're not at your best, what does it mean? What you actually can do, you're not doing. Let me finish. In your life, if you do not do what you cannot do, that's not a problem. But if you do not do what you can do, you're a disaster. So that disaster is being encouraged. No, in our life, what we can do must happen. What we cannot do, it's okay.
Do you think we did not have the language earlier to talk about mental health? Or do you think many more people today are mentally vulnerable, not strong, weak, lost, confused?
There are many aspects to this. It's not all sociological. There are sociological aspects which you can't change overnight anyway.
Yeah.
There are technologies which they are not able to handle, which is a great benefit to me.
Yeah.
See, many great beings have come in this world. But when they spoke, hardly 10 people heard. Now, this year, already still there's another
Few days left.
nearly
3 weeks.
20 days left. But right now, our video views are over 6 billion this year.
Wow.
So it's going to be somewhere 6.2, 6.3, 6.4 billion in that range. So tell me whichever a spiritual leader, or even if they claim to be messengers of God or sons of God or whatever, who got to speak to 6.2 billion? Nobody did. Not because they were less than us, simply because there was no such means. Today we have the means. If at all, if we can transform human life, this is the time, because this is the first time we have excess. Never before there was an excess. Some glorious being like Krishna comes, he can talk to only one idiot who's full of doubts and questions. Yes? Well, as Jesus comes, 12 people, one guy freaks on him. Gautam Buddha tirelessly travelled across the northern plains. Maybe he touched a few thousand people. But I'm saying this is the time. This is not a time to complain. This is a time to transform, because never before we had these tools. Now this Miracle of Mind app is a simple starting point of 7 minutes. You must do it today.
Okay.
And then tell me what it feels like. 7 minutes a day. If you think your life and well-being is not worth 7 minutes of dedication, then you must suffer. There is no other way. I'm saying if you think no attention is need for your well-being, then that means you think you're worthless, isn't it? Everything else is worthwhile. It takes that much time to drink a cup of coffee. So I'm saying now we've started this campaign, don't just wait, meditate. You order your coffee, it takes 7 minutes to come. You meditate those 7 minutes.
Yeah.
All right? So this is a…
But you know, stillness is scary. I'll tell you the one asana I could never do in yoga without being terrified was Shavasana. I found it terrifying. I found the idea of lying still just absolutely debilitating.
See,
I'm sharing.
I'll tell you, a fisherwoman went out to sell her fish somewhere, and it got very late and she's coming back, it got dark. So she knew in that village that she was passing, she had a friend who is a flower seller. So she went there and said, can I rest here tonight and I'll go in the morning. They welcomed her. And she tried to sleep there, she couldn't sleep. Because the fragrance of flowers in that house, she couldn't take it. She couldn't sleep, she struggled. Then she took her fish basket and put it over her head, and then she slept. You're telling me that story.
You know, one of the most fascinating conversations that I've seen you have with somebody else other than me, I'm just trying to be nice to myself, Sunita Williams, absolutely riveting conversation, riveting, and it was such an interesting intersection of science and spirituality as both of you addressed the question, are there aliens out there? Is there life out there?
Why out there? They're here.
The aliens are here?
Yeah.
Can we see them?
What do you think you are?
Well, I certainly feel alienated, like an alien in many situations. But really, that conversation to me was what deep thought is about, deep dialogue is about, because it brought two people from seemingly very different perspectives, answering a question that the universe hasn't really found a provable answer to yet.
Well, look at it this way. You said seemingly from diverse contexts.
Because you might be more similar than we know.
That's what I'm saying. Spiritual process means you're exploring the inner spaces. Whatever, space traveler means they're also trying to explore the space. But by now we know, we always knew. Those who closed their eyes always knew. But now the scientists also know. If they travel for light years, still they will not go to the ends of this cosmos. They know this. Yes?
Yes.
So, exploring like that,
Yeah.
You already know it's futile, except unless you want to mine Mars or Venus or something, you want to mine some of those. It seems one of the planets in this system is supposed to be full of diamonds. But if you bring tons of diamonds, nobody will wear it. Only because it's rare and others cannot have it, they're wearing it. If streets of Delhi were made with diamonds, you think people would wear it and walk around? They wouldn't. The joy is somebody cannot have it. So, enjoying other people's failures has been the way of the world, unfortunately. So, except for that purpose of going in search of material, which I again think is silly, because you still not learned how to live on this planet. You still have not learned how to make it into a sustainable process of life on this planet.
You think space travel is silly?
No. See, as an exploration, as wanting to know something, it's fantastic.
You're an adventurer.
That's what I'm saying. To wanting to know something is fantastic. But thinking it will lead you to the ultimate is foolish.
Right.
They already know it. It's not me saying this. They themselves know it. Top physicists in the world, this is the wisest thing they've ever said. They have said, we not only do not know, we will never know. This is… I bow down to that statement because this shows they're wise. They're not just scientifically equipped, they've become really wise. Because wisdom doesn't come because you become a yogi or you become this or that. If you're profoundly involved in something, wisdom will naturally spring from that.
In so many ways, you have defied the stereotype.
You don't want to go into the aliens.
I do. I do, but I was connecting it to adventure. I was connecting it to adventure, but complete your point about aliens and then I'll ask my question.
See, anything that you do not know is an alien. Right now, this used to happen to me earlier. Whenever I landed in the US, when they asked me to go and stand in the immigration line, it was always marked resident alien. So many people standing in the line, I look around, I am the only one who fits the description. Everybody else seems to be normal guys.
Yeah, so you were the alien.
Normal means they must be cut up. It may become normal. See, in Delhi you're living here, breathing is becoming difficult. It may become normal that all of you cut your nose so that you get 22% extra oxygen, Really?
God forbid.
If you cut off your nose, you'll get 22% extra
Yeah,
oxygen.
but there's that phrase, no, cut off your nose to spite your face. It would be that then.
No, if everybody cuts off, it'll look pretty nice.
No, please. Can there be better solutions to air pollution? I hope I don't have to cut off my nose. But Sadhguru, more seriously.
I'm saying anybody who is not like us is an alien, isn't it?
Right.
So this must change. There is life and life, various forms of life. To think in this tiny mud ball of a planet, we think we are the only life in this seemingly limitless cosmos is a stupid idea by itself.
So you believe aliens exist?
I don't believe. I've known personally various kinds of things. But I also have a reputation of being logically correct. So I don't go there talking on a podcast saying something like that because it's more important to be logically correct right now than to take people into beyond logic spaces because that is only for a few.
Yeah.
Rest of the people have to establish the foundations of their logic because they're already little airy-fairy in their heads.
So what did you and Sunita Williams decide then on life out there?
That's what it's… I made the point, it's not out there,
it's here.
It's everywhere. It's just that can you see it or not?
Yeah.
Are you perceptive enough to see it? So right now, there are various ways culturally in many places in different parts of the world. For example, I must tell you this, maybe I've told you this before. After many years, I always avoided doing any programs in Mysore city because this was my family living there, all my school friends and college friends and everybody. I didn't want to teach there. I thought, let me keep it as it is, a little boutique city for myself. But it didn't work. people, everybody came to know and then said, please do the something. So I announced a 2-day event at the foothills of Chamandi, which is very important for me in my life, Chamandi Hills. Then I go sit there, all sorts of people, right from my kindergarten level people, my prior school teachers, my college teachers, college mates,
including
friends.
those teachers who… Including the teachers who'd hit you on your knuckles?
Maybe they didn't come because they didn't remember me.
Or they remembered you and didn't want to show their face.
No, I don't think.
I don't think they'd forget you.
See, till I'm 12, 13 probably, they wouldn't remember my name.
Okay.
They knocked everybody, not just me.
Yeah.
It was part of their game. Part.
Yeah.
So, came and then at the end of this event, my English teacher who tried to teach me literature because I was barely there in the classroom, but she became kind of a little bit of a personal friend, and she came and she hugged me and she said, now I know why you wouldn't let me teach Robert Frost. I said, why ma'am, why I wouldn't let you teach Robert Frost? I love Robert
Frost, yeah.
I even went to his place. I have in his voice, I have he reciting poetry.
Really?
Yeah. I love Frost. Why would you say I won't allow you to teach? No, you didn't allow me to teach. Do you remember what happened? Then I remembered. See, till then we were reading only English poets. They're introducing American poets to us. Frost is the first one. And then she says glorious things about him, and then she reads, woods are lovely, dark and deep. I said, stop. She said, why? I said, no, I don't want to listen to this guy. She said, why? A man who calls tree a wood, I will not listen to him. She said, no, that's not the point. Robert Frost is like… I said, I don't care who he is. A man who calls a living tree a wood, I don't want to listen to him. I didn't let her teach. She jumped to Pope.
Really? Such a great story. I want to ask you, Sadhguru, in the end, a little bit about you. You have defied the stereotypical idea that most people have of a spiritual leader. People associate spirituality with renunciation, with asceticism, with Spartan, joyless living.
Really?
A lot of people do.
No.
A lot of people do.
That is only in the left ecosystem.
Well, maybe in the left ecosystem, but somehow you think of a guru and you think…
No, you see, who are the icons of spirituality in this country?
Yeah.
Like there's a Krishna, always dancing and singing.
That's true.
Playing, and even in a war, all right, in a battle.
Yeah.
You see Shiva, he is a full-on man.
Yeah.
Most athletic god ever in the world, all right?
Yeah.
Absolutely involved with everything.
Yeah.
He's got a whole family, even the pets, children have pets, the works. Well, you see Rama, his whole life is a political campaign and trying to find justice and whatever else. Deeply in love with his wife. Somebody has to walk 3,600 kilometers to get your wife back. You must be loving her very much, isn't it? So, what is the spiritual stuff that people are talking about? Calendar images that they've seen?
I think you once told me that those are not spiritual leaders, they run enterprises.
See, I'm not against enterprise because an enterprise means a successful process of doing something. If you don't like successful things, then you don't like a successful country. In this country, it's very important. Business enterprises, military enterprise, spiritual enterprise, everything should grow. Only then we'll be a wholesome nation.
Yeah.
So, spiritual people means they must be starved out in a cave. That's your intention.
Yeah.
That is not the way.
But I want to talk about your embrace of life, your embrace of adventure. You know, I think I remember I once told you that people call you the monk on a motorcycle. So whether it's your love for bikes, you learned how to fly a helicopter.
First of all, I'm not a monk.
No.
Monk is a short word for monkey, right?
No, not at all. I mean like the monk who sold his Ferrari, like that kind of monk, M-O-N-K, not a monk.
No, these days everybody cut short the word, so I thought you're calling me a monk.
Would I dare to? Would I dare? But my my question is something that I want to get to something that I think a lot of people don't know about you. Your love of adventure defines in many ways your essence. And I learned today that you once thought you might be a soldier in the army.
No, there was one Colonel Kumar, I don't know if you heard of him.
Yeah.
Have you?
I think so. Tell me more, maybe.
Colonel Kumar was a mountaineer, he climbed Kanchenjunga.
That's right.
All this.
Yeah.
And I was part of what was called as Deccan Mountaineering Club in Mysore city.
Yeah.
So climbing whatever rocks we see, trying to climb. So he came and spoke and he showed how he lost his toes in the Himalayas, to the frostbite
Yeah.
and whatever. And there was another guy who participated in the Karnataka rally. I was very involved with motorsport. And he was in Karnataka rally with his army Jonga with a Mitsubishi engine in it, and he did well, but later on he didn't make it to the victory stands, but he did quite well. So all these associations with the army, and there were some of my relatives who were in the army. It kind of excited me that the adventure that I'm looking for, maybe this is a free adventure, paid for adventure.
Yeah.
Here adventure means you have to tell all kinds of stories to your parents and escape into the mountains and do all kinds of things. If you're missing for 6-7 days, then they even complain to the police and they're searching for you. All this kind of thing. If you have the uniform, you can go where you want and do what you… This is my image of the army. So that drove me towards the army, and I'm glad they didn't take me in.
You're glad?
I would have loved it if I was there, but I had another thing to do.
Fascinating. So before we close, Sadhguruji, what next? What is next on your wide horizon of plans? I know you have things bubbling in the water all the time.
One thing is we're building a whole conscious city in United States, 23,000 acres, and it should accommodate 25 to 30,000 people in the next few years. And the important thing is that we are culturing people to live here without political opinions, without religious ideologies, without associating yourself with any dogma in the world. Learning to live consciously. This is what consciousness means, that you don't have to get stuck to this or that. This is the fundamental ethos of this civilization, where it's about consciousness. It's not about dogma, or in other words, see, everywhere there are arguments. It's written in the book by God, so it is the truth, all right?
Yeah.
Everybody quotes books and books. Essentially what they are saying is, authority is the truth. No, the nature of spiritual process is truth is the only authority. Rama might have said something, Krishna might have said something, Shiva might have said something, we bow down to them with respect, but we still have to search for our own truth. This is the nature of this. This is what even Krishna is supposed to have spoken. I'm not an expert on this, that it is about swadharma. You must find that inner nature. If you find your inner nature, then in body, see, that's your body, this is my body. Unless they bury us in the same plot, this will always be separate.
Yeah.
When we die, we all become the same soil, we don't get it right now. Most people choose to get it from the maggots, it's their choice. But if you get it now, that we are all made of this, even physically we were made of the same stuff. But right now, that's your body, this is my body. That's your mind, this is my mind. Here and there we may overlap.
Yeah.
But that is your mind, this is my mind. But there is no such thing as that your life and my life. Life is one living phenomenon. You are a living cosmos by yourself. You captured just a little bit. I captured a little bit. But we have ways where you can capture more of life. If you capture more of life, the significance of your body and the significance of your psychological process will sink to the background. This is spiritual process. Spiritual process means life process became bigger than physiological and psychological processes. Now, they look small and petty, they're useful to transact in the world.
Yeah.
For transactional world, you need this body and this mind. Without this, you cannot transact. But the experience of life, if it gets determined by your body and your mind, then you become a petty life. It doesn't matter who you think you are. So, we want to build a whole city like that. Right now, about 800 people are living there. more people will come, but without taking any side, this side or that side. There was some little something that, church groups and other getting excited, oh, new religion is coming. I made it very clear, you want to set up a church in the ashram, do it. If you say something sensible, people will listen. If you say something senseless, they will walk out. This is the nature of who we are.
Yeah.
We are not saying because this was said by this person, it's valuable. Nothing is valuable unless it makes life sense, unless it works, and works for you and me and everybody. Then only you can say it's a truth. So the simple truth is this. I'm asking you a simple question. Can I?
Yes, please.
Rapid fire for you. You should do it.
Oh my God, I should do it.
You should do it, but right now I do it.
Okay, okay, fine. You do one and then I'll do some.
You're miserable right now. Does it work for you?
No.
No. You're joyful. Does it work for you?
Yes.
You hate somebody right now. Does it work for you?
No, but it gives me some satisfaction sometimes.
It does. But if you are loving someone, does it work for you? When I say work for you, does your body, mind, everything feel well when you're loving or in hateful?
Yes, of course. In loving.
In loving.
Yes.
So, would you feel good in agony or in ecstasy?
Ecstasy.
Yes. So, you know everything. You know what works.
But to actualize all of this is much tougher.
Well, see, first thing is to understand what works. Within you to be peaceful, joyful, loving, ecstatic, works wonderfully well. The other things don't work. Why do we do things that don't work? Now we have to dive deep down. Fundamental thing is to understand that any kind of unpleasantness doesn't work for your well-being. There's enough scientific evidence to show 5 minutes if you're angry, you actually literally poisoned your blood. Every day you drink poison and then you hope to live well. See, you drink poison and you want me to die. It's not going to happen like that. Life is very fair. You drink poison, you die.
So let's end with a few minutes of rapid fire, if I have your permission, since you've given me this wonderful idea. I'm going to just name some words and I want your thoughts on them. Religion.
We can do without it.
You're saying that? People will be surprised.
Why? They will not be surprised. Because you must understand, let me explain this. Religion means you must have a set of beliefs. This and this is absolute. Spiritual process means it's a seeking. That means nothing is absolute. You want to seek, you want to know the nature of existence. You want to know how it works within you and around you. So, a set of dogma that you believe makes you a believer. If you start seeking, you're a seeker. Spiritual people are always considered seekers. Religious people are considered believers. The need to believe has come. What belief means is, if there is a chasm here, I don't know how to cross, so I build a bridge in my mind. Hope you never cross on that bridge because you're going to go straight down. Because it's a non-existent bridge. Belief is a non-existent bridge. It gives you confidence without clarity. Confidence without clarity is a disastrous state. Unfortunately, large part of the world is in that condition. Confidence without clarity.
My next word, God.
I don't know that word.
Explain.
See, the idea of God has entered human mind because they have no explanation for creation. And essentially when you say God, you're thinking a creator.
Yeah.
Because you're a human being, you think God must be in a human form. Have you consulted the buffalo? Have you consulted an ant? All the ants think God is a huge ant. And today we're a democracy. If you go by vote, they will win the vote anyway. Hello? So I'm saying, thinking that creation is human-centric is the dumbest idea we have propagated. God made us in His own image. No, every creature thinks so. And now we are talking about aliens. If they look at you and say, you think God looks like you? You are an idiot, they will say. God looks like us.
Yeah. My last word, freedom.
Only thing that matters. That's the only thing that matters to a human being, ultimately. That's why in this civilization, the ultimate goal is not God or heaven. The ultimate goal is mukti or liberation. Freedom is the ultimate goal, because this is not a thought of goal. This is a natural aspiration. Doesn't matter what you're into, somewhere you long for freedom.
Absolutely.
Something within you longs for expansion and freedom all the time. You cannot contain it. With all kinds of pacifist philosophies, people have tried to contain it. You must be happy with what you have, God-given things you must appreciate and never seek more than what is yours. This. But it's not worked for one human being. If you're sick and tired today, if I tell you, you must be content with what you have, you will say, yes, please get me well. Tomorrow you're feeling little well, again you're ready. Hello? Because there is something within you which doesn't like boundaries, which wants to expand limitlessly. This expansion limitlessly, if you try through your body, we call this sexuality. If you try through your mind, we call this ambition, conquest. For a lot of people, simply shopping. If you try emotionally, we call this love. All these are efforts to make something which is not you a part of yourself. You want to become more than who you are. But if you do it consciously, then we call it yoga. That means everything has become one in your experience.
The only freedom I don't have and I cannot aspire to you is to sit here for hours and keep talking to you, because you're a busy and much in demand man. Thank you so much, Sadhguru. Always a pleasure. And I hope we meet again sooner rather than later.
Wonderful to see you after such a long time.
I hope it will not be a long time before the next time.
Let's do that.
Thank you. Thank you, Sadhguru.
Next time if you want to talk to me, you must be at the Isha Yoga Center.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.